All right, and we're live. Hi, everybody. It is 8 o'clock Eastern, and I am here, and Shae Fiol is with me as well. I am Elena La Fulana. Thanks for joining us. We're just getting started here. I'm just going to make sure to share this link with all of the platforms to make sure that everybody that wants to watch can watch. So just give me a second while we get that set up on the back end. And I am not sure. Are we live? It says we're live. I gotta find it. Oh, I see. Thanks everybody for joining us. Just give us a couple seconds. We're gonna get this set up real quick, do some technical stuff on the back end, and then we'll get started with some music. Yeah. Un momento, por favor. And if you're able to start a watch party, if you're joining us and you want to help us out and spread the word a little bit on the internet about this, feel free to start a watch party as well on your end, and that will help us greatly. And if you're with us, feel free to chime in on the chat. And we'll get started in just a few seconds. Thanks again if you're joining us right now. I'm just getting set up on the back end here. But if you're watching, this is the Latina Songwriter Concert Series with Elena La Fulana and Shae Fiol. Okay. All right. Let's see. You want to try this Instagram thing, Shae? You there? I'm going to go over to Instagram now and just make sure that we're broadcasting there. Oops. Okay.
Having a hard time splitting the difference between Instagram and Facebook.
It's a little hard. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect system, but we try. All right. Looks like I'm live on Instagram. So if you want to go ahead and, I don't know if you're there yet, but hey, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We are just getting set up here. I'm still, working out these technical things. We're in a new technical world, but we're glad for the folks that are able to join us today. Looks like we have some people on. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl's like our biggest fan. She's like amazing.
Hi, Cheryl.
Cheryl, we met Cheryl. I don't know if you had met her before, but she came to our show in San Antonio, right, Cheryl? And she's been like super awesome, sharing her songs and stuff with me as well. So I still owe her a version of a bolero that I can't remember which one it was, but I'll send that to you. All right, there you are on Instagram. What song was it, Cheryl? Was it Soledad y el Mar? Hi, Victor. Oh, you're in McAllen? Wow, that's crazy. All right.
Oh, hi. Oh, it's Mama Nuna. I don't know where to
Nuna's
look.
here?
Yeah.
Hola,
Mama
Mama
Nuna is
Nuna.
AKA Mireya I. Ramos.
Oh, really? Oh, now we know. Now I know the secret identity. She was like, "Oh, I saw you." And I was like, "Where did you see me?"
I should mute that, huh?
Yeah, so when we are playing, can you mute it on your phone? I don't know. I don't have a way to do
turn
it.
the volume down all the way
Yeah,
down.
my phone's all messed up. But anyway, when we're playing, if it comes through, just when the other person's playing, you can just mute on StreamYard. I'll help you if you need to. Okay, cool. thanks everybody for being here. Again, my name is Elena La Fulana. This is the last installment of the Latina Songwriter Concert Series. I decided to do this for, while we're in quarantine or in some version of quarantine, to collaborate. The really cool thing is that now that we are, even though we're in our own houses, it's an opportunity to collaborate with people that may not be in our same city. And so I took advantage and we did shows with Edna Vasquez, who's in Portland, Nancy
Edna, woo.
Sanchez.
Yeah, Edna.
I know all of these people I met through Flor de Toloache. And then we did also Laura Love here in DC, who I
Woo,
play with a
Laura.
lot. So I'm so excited to have Shae here. I'm a little intimidated to have Shae here because I never sing in front of her.
Yes, you
But
do, girl, all the
oops,
time.
what happened? Wait a minute.
I hear you.
Did I mute myself? What
No,
happened?
I hear you.
You
But
can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me through StreamYard?
I can hear you through StreamYard because I have you in my
Oh my god.
headphones.
Well, my audio went away for some reason. Oh, I know what happened. One moment, please.
Elena and I have done many road trips together by now, and so she has sung in front of me a lot. Many songs
On the road.
on the road. We did what was that? You said you were gonna do a Green Day. Was it Green Day?
Yeah.
Green Day. Like you went down the line, and then we had all these people being like, "Yes, oh my god,
I know.
please do that."
The idea is to cover all of Dookie in its entirety. I don't know if there's an audience for it, but I might still do it. It's just like
You
the
should.
quality's not going to be amazing for all the songs, so I'm like kind of debating whether that's worth my time. But I have actually run through the whole album a few times during quarantine, so if you really want to nerd out like that. Cool. Usually, hola Laura, she's here. Laura Love's here. Usually I would go ahead and read a bio, but I couldn't find one on you, even though you have a Wikipedia article. So I don't know if there's. I did try to stalk
Why
you
did you
down and
say
find
that?
it. I will write one for you, Shae, if you want.
I have my website has. I think it has a little bio on me. I think.
Sort of. It's like I'm a mom and a musician.
Maybe yeah, it's a little outdated. I think that's why I on my Facebook maybe unless I took it down there too, thinking that I was gonna write another one, which I haven't done yet.
So I don't know if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, I think most people know a little more about Flor de Toloache, and that's what most of the interviews that you do are about. But I guess I would like, before we get started, just to get a little bit of an idea of like how you got into music. I know that you come from a musical family, but just a little more about like your solo work before Flor de Toloache, and then how it connects to what you currently do.
So yeah, I mean that's where it started is in my family. Both my grandmothers are pianists. My mom is a pianist. My dad plays guitar, and they they were in a band together actually, maybe more than one. But they were in a bluegrass band at least when I was born, and it was called Whistler. And so music was a part of my childhood and our family gatherings, and there was always music around. My dad and I would end up jamming all the time. And then he would rope my mom into it, even though they weren't together anymore. He would convince her to play, get on the piano and play something, play the blues. So it really started there. And, but I always had this extra passion for singing. So,
Yeah, so
know,
when did you know that you wanted to be a musician or a singer? I know that your vocal skills are unlike basically anybody else that I've ever heard sing. Is that where it started, or did it start with songwriting, or like?
It definitely started with singing and harmonizing, I think was the particular draw for me. My parents taught me how to do that really young, with like row, row, row your boat or something like that. And it just stuck with me. And I found a few singers in high school and junior high that loved harmonizing as much as I did. So it started with singing, started with harmonizing. I recorded myself, over like would overdub myself from cassette tape to cassette tape, sing you whatever song I knew from the radio. And it wasn't until college, I think, that I really maybe started to understand a little bit more like what it was, because I guess the music industry was a little bit of a blur. I didn't really know how it worked. I mean, I don't really still, but
Yeah.
um
It's kind of hard to figure that out.
yeah. But no, so like I had a little journal that I wrote in. I want to be a singer, a professional musician when I grow up. I don't even think I knew what that meant.
How old were you when you did
I
that?
think it was like 16,
Okay.
17. I had started playing guitar from my friends. They pushed me into the middle of parties to sing whatever I could sing. And, there's a lot of peer pressure involved, which was great because I was extremely nervous to do it. But yeah, the part about songwriting didn't come until later, until college. I was just overwhelmed with emotions and needed to get them out. Being away from home, I was in New Mexico, and plus, like, um, some artists that just spoke to me, like Erica Badu and D'Angelo, Sarah McLachlan, um, Cheryl Crow, were like these songwriters, and they just really embodied, like they were artists, like super artists to me. That's not the whole list, but that's a few of them that I would drive my roommate crazy with listening to over and over and over again. But that's what
Nice.
I wanted to be. And India, I read later, Amel Larue, a little bit later in college. I was just completely obsessed.
And
And
you started more in like the R&B hip hop world, right? When you started singing?
when I started, like, recording professionally, I was singing, um, hooks on hip hop songs. I had written my own stuff, but I had friends in LA that were, one of my friends, Michael Eaton, was shooting hip hop films, hip hop shows with, taking pictures and stuff, and he got connected with a group there, the Alcoholics, and then they said, and he's like, "Hey, I know this girl who sings this." He was like a super supporter, my friend Michael, and we even wrote a song together. And he's like, "Yeah, I have a friend in New Mexico who sings," and so then he connected me with them, and then with J-Ro, and then that's really how I got into professional recording.
Very
Um,
cool. Very
yeah,
cool.
and then just all kinds of music inspire me, but particularly. R&B vocalists and songwriters and the neo soul movement, all of that was super inspiring to me as a young person.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, now we all know a little bit more about Shae Fiol pre Flor de Toloache. There's plenty of information on the foundations of Flor de Toloache and how you and Mireia got together. So if you guys want to check that out, there's plenty of places to do that online. But this is a little bit of a different content. That's kind of more what I was looking for today to talk to you and share some music. So you said that you're cool with me going first and opening up the show. So I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and start us off now. Um, and I'm going to start us with this song that I wrote. I've been thinking a lot about Nicaragua today. And so I'm going to do a song that I wrote called Tributo a Darío. It's a tribute to a Nicaraguan artist, a poet. He's like a big national hero. If you go to our airports or our libraries or our museums, his portrait is always there, also with the lead of our revolution. Hola, Josefina, aquí hablando de Nicaragua. And so I wrote this song. Most people in Nicaragua learn Rubén Darío's poetry. But I went to an American school and I didn't learn too much of it. And I was thinking that I should represent my culture a little bit more. But I did know a little bit of this one poet. He's a very like melodic, cadence-oriented poet. He brought modernism to the Americas and is very respected and well known for that. And so I wrote this. I just started thinking about this song, and then this melody came, and so I wrote this song. And in the album, there's marimba and there's violin and all that stuff, but they're not here today. So I'm going to do a little bit of a shortened version with where the instrumental breaks are. And this is called Tributo a Darío, and it's based on a poem called Del Trópico.
Cool.
Qué alegre y fresca la mañanita, me agarra el aire por la nariz. Los perros ladran, un chico grita y una muchacha gorda y bonita junto a una piedra muele maíz. esposo trae por un sendero sus herramientas y su morral. Otro con caites y sin sombrero busca una vaca con su ternero para ordeñarla junto al corral. Sonriendo a veces a la muchacha que de la piedra pasó al fogón. Un sabanero de buena facha, casi en cuclillas, afila el hacha sobre la orilla del mojón. Por la colina la luz se pierde bajo un cielo claro y sin fin. Ahí el ganado las hojas muerde y ahí en los tallos del pasto verde escarabajos de y carmín. Sonando un cuerno por un sonoro, pasa un vaquero y a plena luz. Vienen las vacas y un blanco toro con unas manchas de color oro por la barriga y en el testuz. Y la patrona bate que bate, me regocija con ilusión de una gran taza de chocolate que ha de pasarme por la cojate con la tostada y el requesón. Thank you. You're still muted here. I'm trying to unmute you.
I muted myself because
great.
I was sharing sharing the live on my Facebook page.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let me share it on my my personal page.
Again, if you guys are just joining us, thanks for joining us. And we are this is the last installment of the Latina Songwriter Concert Series with Shae Fiol, a Latin Grammy winner and a Grammy nominated artist. So it's very exciting to have you here. What do you want to share with us today?
Me.
Of course.
So I have a few songs, my original songs from my debut album. And then one song that I never released, but it was like one of the first songs that I recorded professionally. So I'll start.
Very cool.
I'll start with this song. Let me see where I'm going to put this headphone real quick.
Take your time. And again, you guys, if you are interested in, obviously this show is free and you guys are welcome to join us. I know that things are hard, but if you guys do want to leave a tip, there's a little scrolly thing down here. Oh, and I'm going to add it to the Instagram for the next part. So feel free to do that. And Shae, take it away.
So this is called All of the Above.
Ooh.
And I wrote it when I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn for a couple years. I think I started writing this song in like 2005, maybe 2004. And I was still definitely inspired by India Irie. I remember I just like completely absorbed her first two albums. So I was definitely inspired by her, this song, the style, and on the album too, it's got an acoustic vibe. My album used to be out in the world, but I was thinking about re-releasing it, so we took it down. The label that I was working with, Purpose Records. It might still happen, but I haven't followed through with that yet, and might do things a little differently. But there's some beautiful songs on there, and this is one of them.
Cool.
Can you hear the guitar okay?
I think so. A little bit louder if you can boost
It's
it.
not plugged in, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, then a little bit louder.
I know there's some things about me that you like to change. But if I change those things about me, then I wouldn't be the same. Letting go of expectations can be hard. Baby, will you accept me with my flaws? We're struggling when we realize that relationships are work. And if we don't remember this, then we both could end up hurt. We can run, but we cannot hide. The ugly beauty of love is compromise. Yeah. You know there's some things about you that I like to change. But if I change those things about you, then you wouldn't be the same. If we're always wondering out what's wrong with you or me, we would be living in a heavy world of insecurity. So be careful what you criticize. If we're in this for the long ride, you know that change takes time, and sometimes change doesn't happen at all. So if we're in this for love, choose all of the above. If we're in this for love, choose all of me. All of me, yeah. All of me. The reasons why we fall in love can be the same reasons that break us up. Yet embracing all that's strong and weak to appreciate the essence of you and me, of you and me, yeah. So be careful what you criticize. If we're in this for the long ride, you know that change takes time, and sometimes change doesn't happen at all. So if we're in this for love, choose all the above. If we're in this for love, choose. If we're in this for love, choose all of me.
Woo! Yay!
Thank you. I just made up that ending.
I know. I said I was gonna sing a abridged version of my other song, and I just sang it entirety. I was like, oh well, just doing it on the spot. Thank you. That was beautiful. So this is the song that you had released, or you never released? Is this the one you didn't release?
No, this one I released. It's one that I'll do later that I had never released, but this one I released on that album. And,
Oh, right.
yeah, this little story behind this. I think it was even before the album came out. A friend of mine who worked in post production at a post production house for commercials said, "Hey, we want to use some of your music," and they used that music, the instrumental version, in a Neutrogena commercial.
What?
With Jennifer Gardner in it. It was
What? Oh, I know that commercial. I remember that commercial.
It was
wow.
What was it? I don't know. She was their spokesmodel for a minute, and yeah, that money, that commercial money paid for the rest of my album, so that was good.
Wow, that's great.
Because I didn't have a budget or anything. I just funded it myself.
Yeah.
Working in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's how it is. You didn't do like fundraisers and stuff like that. You just went for it.
Not that I remember. Honestly, I have a terrible memory. It seems like a million lifetimes ago. But I also had.
When was it? It might have been before that, right? Because it was a while ago.
It released in 2009. So I think that was kind of at the that was before then. Yeah, before I knew about it. But I had management at the time, and they also helped me a little bit with budget.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny to think about like the trajectory of like your career, and people I think sometimes think that you know where you're going like when you start, and you just have no idea. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, I'm going to try some things and see what works, and if a lot of things don't work, and
Yeah.
people don't see the things that don't work, So I think sometimes people get discouraged with their own stuff, like because it doesn't get them the results, but it's a lot of times we didn't get those, you didn't get those results immediately, possibly. Like you just put things out and hope for the best, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. What are you gonna play?
I'm gonna do one in English. I'm gonna do a relationshipy song. I wrote this song. Well, when I introduce this to audiences, I'm always like, have you ever been in that situation where you're like, yeah, I can totally do something casual. And then you get into it and you're like, damn, I can't.
Every
Uh,
relationship I've ever been in.
so I wrote this song, and I was able to play it in front of the person who I wrote it about. And it was amazing because it was like the most cathartic thing I've ever done, because he was like in the front row with his girlfriend. And I was like, this song is about you. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm like, I'm not going to change my set list because you decided to come to this show. So you're just going to have to deal with it. It
Yay.
was amazing. It was like the best performance ever. I was like so in it.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's
it's called,
gosh, wasn't scary at all.
it was terrifying. Oh man, but I love that stuff,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I had decided that I wanted to play it before, and then he shows up and I was like, should I change it? And I was like, no, this is my house. I was going to do this way before he decided to come. So why does it feel like it's not totally in tune? All right.
Your place looks nice from what I
Oh,
can
thank
see.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got some instruments on the walls. I like it. It's just in a basement, so it's a little
Those look good,
lacking
though.
in natural light. All right, let's see how this goes. This one's called Small Confession. I've got a small confession. I'm not made for this. I know might be fun and games for us now, but I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. I wanted to be true to the deal that we'd struck up, we'd agreed on, but I still knew that I was weak. And you made it confused, spoke with your hands, spoke with your heart, muddled my thoughts. You missed me too, this much I know, 'cause I've got a small confession. I'm not made for this, I know. Might be fun and games for us now, but I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. I tried to pretend that I could do what others do, keep you apart, not get too deep, and keep my cool. And you wanted to be free to be free, free to say yes, free to move on. I should have known it end this way, 'cause I've got a small confession. I'm not made for this. I know might be fun and games for us now, but I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. Will we ever see what we're meant to be on? Or did this whole thing just run its course? Run its course. 'Cause I've got a small confession. I'm not made for this. I know might be fun and games for us now, but I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. Might be fun and games for us now, but I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this. I know I'm not made for this.
Woo! Hey, I like that one.
And then afterwards he was like, "Can we talk?"
No. Bye.
I was like, dude, this like I wrote this song like 4 years ago. What the hell?
I saw Nikki on there.
Yeah, who's
One of
joining
my
us? Oh, we
first
got some people on the
friends.
gram too. Hi,
I saw you
everybody.
I saw you do a little eye contact with the gram over here and the Facebook
I'm
over
trying.
here.
I'm trying.
Working in.
Yeah, you know, we're multitasking here. We have to be our own tech people and our own like producers and it's a whole new world out here. We have to wear all the hats all the time. So thanks again for everybody for joining us. Again, this is the Latina Songwriter Concert Series here featuring Shae Fiol, and I'm Elena La Fulana. Thanks so much for joining us. And what do you want to sing for us now, Shae? Oh, yeah, make this more equal.
Let's see. Well, I will do something. I'm gonna play the electric guitar.
Whoa. I was thinking about electric guitar for one of my songs the other day. I think I was thinking about it. I'm having trouble going to sleep. I don't know. There's other people I think that are having the same issue, but the problem for me is that I try to go to sleep at 3 a.m. and then I can't go to sleep until 5 a.m.,
Oh gosh.
which is really rough. I was up till 6 last night.
Oh
Woo.
my
Well, I was
goodness.
working on that stuff, but
Oh.
anyway, at that time, I get all these ideas, like creative ideas about songs, about instrumentation. It's
Yeah.
terrible because then I'm like, well, I should get up and try to work on this right now. But anyway, the electric guitar made its way into my brain last night at 6 or whenever I was trying to go to sleep. So what is night? What is day? What is time?
Yeah. I miss those days. Not
I
gonna lie.
know. No, you have a lot more structure with a child, but
I mean, I don't say we have structure. I just have an alarm clock. And actually, to be very transparent, Joel's the one that's been waking up in the morning
nice.
to get her, and then because then I'm on duty for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
but with me, today actually I sat down. I was like, I have to put something down on paper because I can't wing it every day. Like it's just too boring for her and for me. So I need to like have some ideas planned out or something, because
Yeah.
there's no playground. There's no. It's different.
I can't imagine parenting right now, and it's good thing that she's not even at school age. Imagine you had to do all these, like,
Oh, no.
assignments and stuff. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah. No, I'm not I can't complain, really. Yeah, I can't shouldn't complain at all. That's just what my experience is.
I mean, you can't I can't complain either. I'm like, yo,
We all have
"Oh,
our
I
own
don't
set
have
of challenges.
windows." I'm like, "Elena, you're okay. You're gonna be okay."
Yeah. Well, we all have our own. Everybody has a challenge, yes, and I do feel like some are greater than others. So.
Of course, of course. I mean, it's like your struggles are real, but it's also you can do both. Acknowledge that you're struggling with something and acknowledge that other people have it way worse and you are very fortunate. And I think those are
Yes.
two things that we can all do if we're in that position. So,
Yeah.
cool. What are you going to share with us then, Chaita?
Tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear the guitar?
Not really.
I'm gonna turn it up.
Yeah, turn it plus that. Ooh.
Can
Yeah,
you hear
turn
it
it
now?
up more. Or where's the amp? Is it close?
It's down by underneath my chair. How's that? Still
You could
low?
probably still up it. Yeah, I mean, if you went pretty loud, it would still probably. I don't know. What do other people think? Let's look at the comments here. I think we can hear it. Give it a try.
Okay, so this is called Catch a Ride.
Oops. Other one.
Catch a Ride, which was also the title of my album, my debut album. And I haven't played this song in a while, and I was messing around on guitar a little bit, the electric guitar before I hooked up with you here. So I was coming up with like, of course, like I love to do, change the song every time I perform it.
Yeah.
So
I know that one.
yeah, so this one I might
It's
get a
great
little
though.
lost, but I'm jamming on this one and the next one's basically, so bear with me.
Feel free to bump it up still on the guitar, I think.
Okay. Let me
Just because it's so far
see.
from the
I
and your
know.
voice and your vocals are very clear, which is nice, but
Maybe I gotta pull it up here. Say a little amp.
there you go. Woo, now we're talking.
Now I'm about to blast everybody out in the world here. Okay.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to put it so that like I'm little and you're big, so I have to just exit the
Don't worry
screen.
about it. I don't care if I'm big. Is that too loud now?
I think that's good. I think that's good. At least over Facebook, so go for it.
Okay. Someone
Facebook
said
is
Shae is very quiet. I honestly I think I'm going into my microphone, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me turn this up a hair and see if that. Oh god, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I have like a zillion hundred windows open.
While you do that, I can do a little commercial again. If you guys want to drop us a tip, our information is down here and also on Instagram, it's down there. If you keep going with my hand. So feel free to do that. We are working musicians, so feel free to do that. And again, this is the last installment of the Latina Songwriter Concert Series. We've been doing these weekly in all of June. If you missed previous episodes, you can look them up. They're on my YouTube, Elena Los Fulanos, my band's YouTube page, as well as on my personal Instagram, which is Elena La Fulana. So feel free to look those up and check them out. And we had some really cool artists, and maybe I'll do another round of these. I don't know. We'll see. People are really digging them, it seems like. So I don't know. Let's say hi to some other people. Hi, Frederick Ashworth. Hello. Hola, Josefina. ¿Te gusta esa canción? You let me know when you're ready.
Well, tell me if this is better.
It sounds better. Yeah, I think it sounds better.
Check my voice too is better.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. Okie dokie.
All right, give it a shot.
Let's try it. All right, and I might forget the lyrics too, just so you know. Oops. I wanted to go, but I wasn't really sure how I was gonna get there and how I was gonna float. Moved here on a whim, thinking I could swim. I used up all my gold and my resources within. As clever as I am, I try to headstand to try and gain some perspective. That's when I chose to follow my nose and said you're headed in the right direction. I get you right on the star, though I'll probably go too far. I'll get you right on a dream, though everybody's going the other way. What I wouldn't do for a touch, for a smell, for a taste, whether I succeed or I fail, I hail the glowing trace of my comet's tail. I started to pray in my own little way. The universe could hear me and it opened up its gates. I sacrificed my time and finally decided that all these roads I've been here wouldn't be in vain. I'm blazing with the fire that was born within my chart. In spite of raging water, it keeps burning in my heart. No, just in case I've been led astray, getting home the next time it won't be that hard. I'll catch you right on a star, though I'll probably go too far. I'll catch you right on a dream, though everybody's going the other way. What I wouldn't do for a touch, for a smell, for a taste, whether I succeed or fail, I have the glowing trace of my comet's tail. I'll catch you right on the star. I'll catch you right on the star. I'll catch you right. I'll catch you right. I'll catch you right on the star. I'll catch you right on the star, though I'll probably go too far. I'll catch you right on a dream, though everybody's going the other way. Ain't no time to waste, there's always a reason to hesitate. So I'll catch you right, I'll catch you right, I'll catch you right on the star. I'll catch you right, I'll catch you right, I'll catch you right on that star. I wanna be out there, 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 far away, far away, far away as the sun lives.
Yeah. Nice. That's that effect on the guitar is what's it called? I'm so bad at effects at guitars. It sounds like an 8-string guitar, but a 12-string guitar, but
It's a chorus effect.
I'm like, it's underwater. How's the underwater one sound?
Yeah, that's
that
a
called?
chorus effect, and I think it has like a little bit of it doesn't, but for some reason it has a little bit of tremolo. I'm not sure why.
Well, I feel like it usually does, doesn't it?
Does it?
It's like
I guess it has like that kind of like phaser type thing.
Yeah, very cool. Is that through your amp or through like a pedal?
The chorus, no, pedals. Yeah, that's next decade. Maybe next quarantine. No more quarantines. Just kidding.
I know. That's I'm like, I mean, we play like acoustic music. I didn't know that, I didn't realize I would be a mostly acoustic player, but when I started, but it's like, I don't want to do technological things. I'm like, just make it work with the
you've
guitar.
done the loop pedal before, right?
I have done the loop pedal. And I do, I think the loop pedal is a cool idea. I think it's an idea that's a little it can be done poorly and it can be done too much.
Right.
That's usually the poorly part. It's like you have a
Right.
good idea. So what I try to do is integrate it into my set so that it gives a build for like a solo set, and I use it on one song. But even then, it's like you got to really work it in a way that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to
Yeah.
see you build a loop for a while unless you're that's your art. And I'm more of a songwriter, and so it just is. It's a whole other thing. I actually think it would be cool if you do another song and then I do one and then you finish off with the last one. Is that
Sure.
okay? I want to make
Yeah,
sure you get enough songs in.
let's do this. Let's go back to the electric guitar.
Okay, cool.
And this is the song that I never released. And that it was like one of the first songs I recorded professionally with my friend Rockwilder. And I
Right.
think we recorded this in LA. And so I was like 22, I think. And I had written it while I was in school. And long story short, um, I brought it out again because when I wrote this song, my eyes were opening to on a bigger scale. I already knew that racism existed, but systemic racism was kind of the first time that I was seeing it on a bigger scale.
Right.
And I was listening to a lot of amazing artists at the time and hip hop that were touching on all these things. And so I wrote a song called Things That We Don't See. And I wrote it over my friend who had introduced me to some of the guys in LA that eventually I ended up singing for. He did a beat for me, and I wrote this this melody over it. And then later, my friend Rockwilder, who I recorded it with, he used a Gap Band sample.
Oh yeah, cool,
Dun,
cool.
dun, dun, dun. And so he made this really cool track, and for me to sing this over. And I had been talking to him, and so he kind of recently, and so he kind of reminded me of this song, and yeah, so I'll just play it. But
What's it called?
it's called Things That We Don't See.
Oh, Things That We Don't See. Awesome. Very relevant. I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
it was definitely like, well, I think it was probably 19 or 20 when I wrote this. So I didn't write 2 verses. I wrote one, and it was just kind of like almost had like a funk version of vibe, and it reminded me like I was like trying to like don't laugh at my comparison, but because it's not close, but Shaka Khan, who like she just like the how she expresses herself, and like sometimes like it was just so I don't know. I was going for that in moments.
Well, it's
I did not
important to like reach for things, you know what I mean? Like
to reach for impossible things. Of course.
well,
No, but
we all like, get inspired by these. I mean, that's how artists inspire each other, you
yes,
know what I
and she
mean?
was
It's great.
inspiring me in that moment, and just the range, I think, was what I'm getting at is starting. And someone that did this a lot too later was Mariah Carey. I mean, a lot of singers do it, but that thing where you start in a low octave and then you jump up the octave, and of course, Shaka Khan could jump up, like all the octaves.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So that was one of the other kind of musical components to the inspiration for the song. I've never played it on guitar. I have no idea how it's going to turn
All
out.
right. And
Let me
we're
try.
we're looking at a world premiere. Get ready, y'all.
I might have played it live, but let's see. Um, I'm going to be looking at my hands a lot. We close our eyes and we cover up our ears. Is that the way we deal with triumph, or the way we deal with fear? We are procrastinating by suggesting that we've made it. Let's face it, what shade is the color of the borderline? As long as you're light, then you are welcome to pass by. Tell me, is it fair to say things that we don't see aren't there? Tell me, is it fair to say things that we don't see aren't there? Ooh, we have covered our eyes and ooh, we have covered our ears. Is that the way we deal with triumph? Or is that the way that we deal with fear? Oh, we are procrastinating by suggesting that we've made it. Let's face it, what shade is the color of the borderline? As long as you're light, then you are welcome to pass the. Tell me, is it fair to say things that we don't see aren't there? Tell me, is it fair to say things that we don't see aren't there? Aren't there? Aren't there? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, is it fair? They aren't there, they aren't there, they aren't there, they aren't there. Tell me, is it fair to say that things that we don't see aren't there?
Woo! Yeah, I love that. I love that.
You.
Yeah, you should definitely put that out in the world.
Woo, I'm sweating.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad we're I think we're very fortunate to have heard that right now. To me it felt very Stevie Wonder.
Hey, I mean, I listen to a lot of Stevie Wonder too, and I'm kind of like a sponge, so it might all be in there.
Yeah, it's very cool. I really, really liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, we're starting to wrap up here. I'm going to do one last song, and then Shae is going to finish us off for the evening. Thank you again to everybody who's been joining. We are so excited to be here. It's nice to be able to perform with someone, even when we can't perform at the same time together. But it's so good to see you and to see everybody that's online. I'm gonna do a song. This is probably one of the better songs that I've written. This one's called Morir Bailando, and I'm gonna try to play a foot cowbell here, and hopefully it's not too crazy loud. All right,
it's actually let's hear it. Let's hear it. No, that sounds good. Let's hear the guitar too.
I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for I've been doing some like online shows for like conferences and different things, and I have been using the foot cowbell, and I don't have to mic it, obviously. It cuts through just fine. So this one's called Morir Bailando. Hope you guys enjoy.
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this.
Oh yeah, I gotta change this thing. I gotta manage myself here. Prefiero morir bailando. Prefiero morir de amor. Mejor estar sola y tranquila, ay, que en el engaño de tu sudor. Prefiero morir bailando. Prefiero morir de amor. Mejor dejar atrás tus mentiras. Ay, que maltratar este corazón. Pa pum pom pom pa pum pom pom pa pum pom pom pa pom 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 pa pum pom pom pa pom pom pom. Con ese ritmo viene la noche. Con el calor llega la aventura. No hay que vivir con la amargura. Ay, que siempre trae el desamor. Y cuando bailo me lleva al ritmo. Con la cintura te digo todo. Solo volver a amar lentamente. Con alguien que me trate mejor. Pa pom 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 pa pom pom pom. Prefiero morir bailando. Eso. Prefiero morir de amor. Aquí con Shae Fiol. Mejor estar sola y tranquila. Ay, que en el engaño de tu sudor. Prefiero morir bailando. Eso. Prefiero morir de amor. Mejor dejar atrás tus mentiras. Ay, que maltratar este corazón. Pa pum pom pom pa pom 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 pom pom. Tú me dejaste muy bien plantada. No volveré a entregarme toda. Que mi felicidad es mía. Ay, que nadie más me la quitará. La música es mi compañía. Amor que nunca marchitará. Como el espíritu de mi gente en este trópico continente, en mi país hecho de calor. Pa bom pom pom 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 pa bom pom pom. Prefiero morir bailando. Eso. Prefiero morir de amor. Aquí en Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Mejor estar sola y tranquila. Ay, que en el engaño de tu sudor. Prefiero morir bailando. Prefiero morir de amor. Mejor dejar atrás tus mentiras. Que maltratar este corazón. Pa bom pom pom 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 pa bom pom pom.
Woo! Yeah, that's a good one.
Woo! Thank you. Yeah, that's the party one. I got to do a party one.
I don't know. I think we should end with that one.
You don't want to do one last one? I mean, we don't have to.
That was so good.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. But you're the star of the show.
No, I'm not the star.
Yeah, you are.
No.
You're the star.
We're the stars. Many stars in the sky.
Instagram might kick us off pretty soon, but so do you not want to do a last one?
Well, wait, we didn't start it right at 9, right? I mean 8. So I could do another one.
Yeah, let's do one last one. Come on.
All right.
Okay. They want it. The people, they want it.
All right, let me switcheroo.
I was going to do more interview questions, but we're good. This was a good interview. I liked it. Very nice. You're a good person to interview, Shae.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yeah.
thanks. Let's see. I mean,
Oh, Cheryl's asking for otra. Hi, Joel.
Otra.
Joel's here. FJ, thank you. FJ says it sounds great. Good.
Oh, thanks, FJ.
It's great.
Okay, I'll do Let Down.
All right. That's what I wanted. It's going to take everything in me not to sing along, and I can't. So I'm going to dance.
Why? You can sing along. Hey.
Well, because it's going to be delayed on Instagram. I don't want to mess you up.
No, hey, listen, when Mireille and I do live, she sings along all the time, and it's great.
All right. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do some harmonies. Yay.
Do it.
Cool. All right. Here it is. Shae Fiol, Let Down. Oops. Wrong person. Sorry. Wait. Oh, no. There you go.
Amel's in the background imitating you because she can hear you. Joel has her on broadcast. So she's going, oh, no. Oh, bye. Oh, no, wait. Hi, baby. Hi, Amelita. Your love was never more than an illusion I thought belonged to me. And to you I was the gold you saw at the bottom of the stream. You were content in knowing it was there, and always would be. As long as you could hold for a second before it slipped free. I can't blame you entirely. I was well aware that she had a part of you to keep. But you came and you tried to force, and you didn't let love take its course. I can't give you my heart because I can't share yours. I can't say you let me down any less than I let you down. I can't say you let me down any less than I let you down. Da 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 da. Ba 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 da ba ba da da. Ba da 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 dee. Woo. El tuyo, un amor de ilusión que no era para mí. En las honduras oscuras del arroyo era yo, el hombre de oro en el fondo. Fue una placidez tuya el saber que ahí se quedaba, que ahí se quedará. Hay que aguantarse cuando todo se va a resbalar, todo se va a resbalar. A ti no te he hecho la culpa, bien sabía yo que guardaba, ella es parte de ti. Pero te pasaste, te esforzaste, el corazón mío no puedo darte, la que yo tuyo no se puede compartir. I can't say you let me down any less than I let you down. I can't say you let me down any less than I let you down.
Woo! Yeah. Thank you, Shae.
Thank you, Elena. That
You
was
know,
really
you know your
fun.
fans wanted you to do Let Down. You gotta let them down.
That's true. No letting down without doing let down.
Seriously. Yeah. See, people are like, my favorite. I don't know if you
Thank
can see the
you.
chats over here.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Um, can I ask you one last question?
Gisela.
Since
Yes.
I mean, Instagram already kicked us off, but we're still here. So,
Yes, please.
tell me a little bit about how that song became a bilingual song, because I know that my understanding is you wrote it first in English, right?
Yes, I wrote it first in English, and then again, I didn't have a second verse. And how did that song? I mean, it always kind of had. I always wanted it to have like some kind of a Latin root to it. Whether on the record it has congas, but early on, um, I w- I wanted it to have some kind of Latin root, and then I don't know. I forget how it became. Why? I was definitely into like I was getting more into Latin music then when I was in college. This was in college still. I was speaking a lot of Spanish.
And that was like way pre Flor de Toloache. That was
Oh no,
before it
yeah,
was
this
even a
was
twinkle in the eye.
10 years before Flor de Toloache. No, I had a friend in college who I was hanging out with, and um we like played a lot of music, like played records for each other,
Mm.
and he was fluent in Spanish, and we had a Spanish class together. I don't know if that was a part of an inspiration, was just like that conversation happening. But he ended up that Ernesto ended up translating, my friend translating that verse into Spanish. And I didn't end up doing the chorus because it just, I don't know, I don't know, it wouldn't have been the same.
You don't have to convince me. I still haven't been able to do a song with English and Spanish. I'm like, I just don't, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, yeah, I think I just always, since, I've always been rediscovering and learning about my Cuban roots, and I those probably in whatever way that I can, whether it's by learning language, barely learning it, but or by connecting through the music, or
right, right.
you know,
Yeah, it's very cool. Really cool.
so that was kind of an exploration in that, probably wanting to have something in Spanish in my early writings.
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, and then you ended up making it a big part of your career. So it's really cool
Yeah,
how
it's
you can
funny
see
how
those
that.
things. You can see like the little seeds of things that become a bigger thing later in your life. So
Right. I mean, I don't know if I hadn't had done that, if that would have become part of the Flor de Toloache
yeah,
repertoire. It's part of it has the same thread, like that's part of the reason why the mariachi was appealing to me again, was because I got some, even though it was peripheral, some way to connect to
of course, of
that
course.
side of
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that, and that's why they like Flor de Toloache. And like I would say that for my band as well, like people wanting to connect with their roots, whether they are really familiar with them or are just trying to get to know them. So I think that's
Yeah.
really cool, and it kind of showcases like the diversity of like the Latino experience
Right.
in the US. So oh, Yeyita's here. Hi, Yeya.
Oh, hi,
Cool. Well, I think we're good to wrap up. Thank you so much to everybody who joined. This was the last installment of the Latina songwriter concert series. Thank you to Shae Fiol
yeah.
for
Oh,
being
thank you,
such a
Elena.
nice sport and helping me out and joining me here. It's so good to spend some time with you. And yeah, and stay tuned. Feel free to leave a tip here, and we'll see you next time. We'll let you know when we get back on the screen. Take care,
Aw,
everybody. Stay safe.
beautiful. Thank you for putting this whole series together. It's really lovely.
Of course, my pleasure. Bye, lady.
Toodly doodly.
Bye, everybody.